I just finished listening to the earnings call for Super Micro Computer Systems, hosted by Charles Lang, the founder, and David Wygrand, the CFO. And this is the second one that I've listened to, and again, I come away with the same conclusion. And there's only two companies that I've found in my Bus 12 and Bus 13 who are in a predicament that they have more demand than they can supply, and they're really having to gear up in order to meet the demand that the AI and general machine learning is putting upon our internet, and they're in the business of supplying what is needed to make it work. In other words, to upgrade our data centers so that they can handle the capacity that is coming as a result of the large language platforms that you're going to interact with, and they're going to need the computing power. And the computers that are in the data centers right now just can't do it. So I listened to the call with great anticipation because I own about 50 shares and I want to buy some more. And then today, as it opened, it went down 6%. And I said, why is it going down 6%? And I think I figured it out, but I think it's going to present a buying opportunity because the rest of the market's up about 2%, at least the QQQs are. And I think they'll probably go down further in the next couple days, and I want to probably double my position because these people have what is in need. They sell it for a premium price, and they make good margins, and they're undervalued. So what I want to do in this video is share the information that I've been able to extract and tell you why, if I've ever seen a buy, this is it. It's not financial advice, though. I am a retired financial advisor, but I'm not giving you advice. I'm just sharing my knowledge.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Okay, let's walk through this. First of all, what is it they sell? Here's a picture of the products that I was able to find that they sell. And there are computers that are basically water-cooled because of this so much electricity that they use to produce, to go through the data that they're going to have to through these large language platforms. And as you can see, they sell from anywhere from $307,000 down to, here's one for $350,000, down to, it looks like the cheapest is somewhere around $19,000. And so they put these on what they call a rack, and that goes into the computer, the data center. And the average rack has 40 to 50 of these devices on it. And that rack will sell for anywhere from average about $176,000 a piece. Now, they told us in the earnings call, right now they're able to produce about 4,000 racks per month at $176,000 a piece times 3. That explains their monthly or their quarterly earnings of $2.12 billion a quarter. And that works out to be just under $10 billion a year. Now, what they also told us is next year, well, they told us in the 3 months ago at the earnings call that they were acquiring more facilities, one in Taiwan, one in South America, and one in the United States. And for the most part, Charles shared today that they're leasing these so that they can build up their capacity. They're saying that right now they're making 4,000 racks per month, but they'll be starting sometime next year, they'll be able to make 5,000. So that's a 25% increase in their business, and that explains that they will be up to $10.6 billion a year. Okay, so then they went into, in the earnings call, they substantiated their numbers, and this is their first quarter of 2024. They're a little off the calendar year, and they did $2.12 billion, which was up 14%. But that was from the prior year, but quarter to quarter, that was down 3%. And Charles explained that what was it he said? The September quarter is always a little bit slower for seasonal reasons. He didn't go into detail on that. He also explained that on their revenue guidance, that it would be in the second quarter of 2024, it would be up to 2.7 billion to 2.9, which would be a 50 to 61% growth. They're anticipating in the second quarter of 2024 that they will report next year. So with that in mind, why was it down 6%? With that kind of projections. And so I dug into their financials, and here I'll share them with you. And I've highlighted what I thought was of interest in yellow and red. And I'm showing you that their net sales in September of 22 was 1.8 billion. And then the corresponding first quarter of 2024, it was 2.1 billion. So that's a good growth. And their their gross profit was 348 million compared to 359 billion. Why was their earnings down? So you come down here and you see stock-based compensation, and you can see that in 2022, September 2022, it was 6.1 billion, but this year it's 35.7 billion. That's what I think has spooked the community and said, what's that all about? Well, let me ask you this. Well, let me show you one other thing first. Let me show you this chart that they included in their slide package called the Total IT Solution, Our Path to 20 billion. Well, understand, they're right now at 10 billion, and they're projecting that they're going to be at 20 billion. So what they're telling you is the demand for our product over the next several years. Remember, they're leasing the buildings that they're acquiring to build up their capacity, because they're saying by 2025, they're going to double their business. So if you're an employee and you have a choice of taking $250 today or a share of stock, which would you rather have? Well, obviously, the employee said, we want to share a stock because we know this company is going to double its production, double its earnings, and maybe even go beyond that in the next 2 years. So give us stock. So that's why I believe their employee stock compensation shot up so much this year. And that's why I think the stock price went down today, as people were trying to interpret what was going on, because they know the demand is there. They know that the computer systems, the internet, can't work without them doubling their business from 10 billion a year to 20 billion a year. And that's going to happen probably between now and this time, 2025. So I say to this, when I saw this and put it all together, if there's ever a reason to buy a stock, this is it. And I believe that on Friday, we'll have a closing out of books, and we might be able to buy this at the price that I have been projecting I want to buy it for on my cheat sheet. Now, my cheat sheet is something that I keep on my website on all of the stocks in the BUS 12 and BUS 13 portfolios. These are the stocks I've identified that are going to be the big winners in artificial intelligence and machine learning, both in the hardware and the software package. Right at the top of that list is Super Micro Computers. And that's why I'm going to buy it. As it comes to my buy price, I'll double my position. Okay? I hope this is enlightening to you. I hope you learned as much from it as I did. And then sometime in the future, I'm going to tell you the other company I know that's in the same predicament as these people. I just want, before I close out, to say this is the buying opportunity of your lifetime. This is going to change the world more. And when I say this, I mean artificial intelligence, more than the Industrial Revolution, more than the internet, because it's going to change everything. Now, we've got to get through some financial problems. And as I was talking to somebody today, our country's in terrible debt. Our consumers are in debt. But this artificial intelligence is going to make companies and individuals so much more efficient that what we know as inflation will turn around and be deflation, and we'll all have better lives. That's my belief. That's my belief. But then I'm an eternal optimist. So if you want to be on this and see where I'm going to be buying Supermicro, come get on the bus and come look at my cheat sheet. We'll talk again later.